Long time no see! Welcome to my channel! I'm DorkyCreature89 and today we are going to be talking about my Sonic OC, Rave! The Hedgehog. The hedgehog that went through several changes and my first runner-up in my first OC poll. That lost to Matilda. This video's been pushed back forever now. But anyways, without further ado, since I've been holding off this vid for a long-ass while, let's get into it. It's adorable you thought I was going to explain what Sonic the Hedgehog is. So, instead of explaining the history of the world's fastest spiny rat, let me tell you about my time with the franchise. As you can guess, I've been familiar with Sonic since I was a kid. I would watch Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog when I was very young. I wasn't too knowledgeable with the games or comics. I didn't even know there were comics. All I knew is that I liked Sonic and he was my crush in the 3rd grade. But that didn't stop me from watching a fuck ton of the same monster skillet AMVs with Sonic Unleashed. You know the one. After a while though, I just ended up dropping it and moved on to my FNAF hyperfixation. But the thing about Sonic is that he always comes back. Like that hyperfixation comes and goes. So now I'm in middle school and decided to create Valerie the Hedgehog. More detail about her in the next section. I used to post on the Sonic OC's Brawl Amino. I'd show you, but... yeah. I remember that I'd play Sonic Forces, which, yes, it sucks. I am aware. However, some of the songs slap. Mostly the custom character themes, because I still remember them to this day. And Infinite's theme is good too. I don't want to hear no complaints. I never really engaged with the fandom that much. I mainly just stayed in my own bubble, mainly due to fear of, you know, being made fun of, or also the fact I couldn't draw in the Sonic art style well. But then I decided to redesign an old Sonic OC from years back, and I thought, you know what, let me start posting about Sonic. Nowadays, I've been really into the EXE side of the community. Who knows? I might have made my own Sonic.exe characters. But maybe that's for another day. Now, onto that OC. So I decided to spawn Valerie the Hedgehog into the world in middle school. God, I hate my old art. And wow, I had nothing for her character. I even gave her a sidekick and that still didn't do much for her. The only things I had for her is that she's a year older than Sonic, she's slightly slower than Sonic, she has telekinesis, can teleport, and has an evil side inspired by Jekyll and Hyde. What? You didn't have a Jekyll and Hyde phase in middle school? Pfft, look at this noob. Oh, fun fact. Earlier before I started drawing on my tablet, I believe, she was previously a rabbit that I semi-shipped with Sonic.exe. I actually based her off of the custom OC you can make in Sonic Forces. I think that part was the only thing I unironically loved about that game. I can make my Sonic OC canon? Yeah! But anyways, back to Valerie. I didn't think about her much afterwards, and she faded from my memories and I would move on. Until she came back. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a guess on what got me to redesign Valerie. Take whatever guess, I'll give you some time. The fucking Sonic Zombies movie! I'm not even fucking with you. This stupid feature-length video is what made me redesign Valerie. Not nostalgia, not a want to challenge myself, it's the goddamn video where Sonic ropes Rouge to go Super Saiyan. It was all this video's fault, I hate my stupid fucking Baka life, god damn it! Anyways, with that out the way, it's time to go on to the redesign. So I decided to add to her colors a bit since I had a habit of giving characters a singular color and nothing else. Therefore, it becomes the only thing that stands out. I don't know if anyone noticed, but when designing characters, I try to give them at least 3 colors, excluding skin tone. Sometimes more or less if it's needed, but 3 colors is usually my rule. I most definitely don't follow art rules, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten this wrong a few times, but it's something I try to keep in mind. So for the case with Rave, I stuck with blue, purple, and black, and went on from there. I thought to give her more of a Ravey type vibe rather than her bandana, long sleeve, jean wearing previous look. However, I wanted to add to her look that'll make her stand out more, hence the speakers and lava lamp belly. I made her clothes really simple with a tank top, shorts, long fingerless gloves with sound bars, and long socks with no shoes. Because I didn't know what shoes to give her. Second time, this is the second goddamn time. For her quills, I wanted them to resemble dreads, but in hedgehog form. I remember seeing human versions of Knuckles where his quills turn into dreads, and I wanted to do that for Rave. I also made classic and boom variations of her classic look more in line with her Japanese heritage, while her boom look leans more into her Rave aesthetic. For her personality, Rave is quite the loner, focusing on making herbal medicine and DJing. She has a dry sense of humor and is often emotionless. She doesn't really spend time with anyone else, Sonic being the only person she ever talks with. Their relationship is... well, I'm not gonna tell you. That's up for you to decide. Is it platonic? Is it romantic? Fuck you for wanting to know. She can elevate her voice through the speakers embedded on her arms and legs to ear-shattering levels. Think Present Mic from My Hero Academia. Fun fact, she's actually immune to high-frequency sound. So for any Hell of a Boss fans in the audience, you probably already clocked the B inspo. She's the whole reason why I thought to give her a Rave aesthetic in the first place. Now personality-wise, I got inspiration from Muichiro from Demon Slayer. Before the Swordsmith Village arc. Meh, never mind, before and after that arc. There's also Mikasa, Annie, and Levi from Attack on Titan, in terms of personality and in fighting style. And as I already mentioned, Present Mic from My Hero Academia was inspo for her speaker ability. For headcanon voices, I'm thinking Huntress Wizard from Fiona and Cake would fit. When Rave was young, she used to be a part of the Ongaku clan, a hedgehog clan that uses music as an energy source and was hidden underground. However, they would take in others that had no place to go and treat them as part of their own community. Everything would go peacefully, until Robotnik found their clan and destroyed their community, taking Rave as his hostage. After that, he would experiment on her, seeing how he could harness her music energy for himself. Ultimately, this led to him drilling speakers into her body, the lava lamp belly harnessing the music source for extraction. After a few years of cruel experimentation, she'd escape, an unrecognizable shell of her former self. When returning to her home, she only found it in ruins. Distraught over her loss of her home, she sought vengeance on the doctor that took everything away from her. So, after breaking into his base, tearing through all of his bots, and finally about to deal the blow to him, Robotnik proposes a deal. In exchange for her cooperation, he tells her about the whereabouts of her family. Rave's skeptical at first, but the fear of never finding her family outweighs any reason she has. So, they team up, causing chaos and havoc throughout the city. Ultimately, she gets confronted by... Team Sonic? I don't know why I don't like that name. I'm calling them Team Heroes. Anyway, she gets confronted by Team Heroes, and it goes as well as you think it does. However, after finding her on her own, Sonic confronts her again. Gently, this time. And ultimately gets Rave on his side. Nowadays, she just spends time to herself, away from the others, with Sonic being the only exception, but that's only because he breaks into her house. A lot. But who knows? Maybe she'll find herself a group someday. And that's Rave. Finally, after almost a whole year, this video is finally over. Honestly, one of the reasons why I held off from this vid for so long is the fact that I didn't have much for Rave at first. But once I wrote it down, turns out I had a lot for her after all, and some behind the scenes inspirations helped out as well. As always, feel free to follow me on Tumblr and DeviantArt for my art, my Toy House for more info on my OCs, my AO3 and Namikami for my original story, and feel free to commission me on Ko-Fi, but no pressure. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye!